Hey guys, it's Kurt with OTR. What if I told you you could get storage cases for overlanding that are lightweight, waterproof, dustproof, and best of all, made in the USA and cost about $20? So guys, what I want to do is introduce you to the line of MTM Case-Gard cases. These things are great, and I can tell you these, I've actually had this one specifically for 8 years. This was one of the first things we bought when we got into overlanding. And as you can see, it's perfectly fine. It's got a couple wear marks. They really hold up. This thing's been in everything from -10 degrees upwards of 120. They've been in sand, they've been in snow, and these things are great. They are dustproof and waterproof. They do have a rubber seal here. Now, I understand there's other cases on the market like Rome cases and things like that. Yeah, those things you can run over them, you can do all kinds of stuff. They hold up really well. These are gonna be just plastic, and as you can see, the lids are a little flexible. That being said, I've spilled diesel on this thing and they just keep going. What I really like about these is the form factor really works perfectly for overlanding. They're not too big, because what I find is if I have one giant case, I'm just gonna throw all my stuff in it and I'm not gonna organize it in any way whatsoever. What I like about the MTM cases is you can really organize things per job. So for instance, this one has our camp oven. I've got another one here. They actually come in a couple different sizes. You can see this is basically for our cooking gear. So it's a little bit taller, but it's the same form factor. The other cool thing about these is they're stackable and they hold up. I've had these bouncing around in the back of the Gladiator and they really stay in place. The other really great thing about these cases in particular is if you happen to have some of those black totes with the yellow lids, these happen to fit perfectly in the lid, so that's just something else to keep in mind. So this one's the ACR 7-72. The larger one is the ACR 8/72. Now what I really like about this configuration over a lot of the other ones is the fact that they're shallow, but you can fit a lot of stuff in them. What I've found with some other things out on the market, they either tend to be really deep, so you end up stacking all your gear in there, and then inevitably you need whatever's on the bottom. But also you can make these purpose driven. So for instance, I've got this one here for cooking. This one here, this is basically for, our toilet. So everything you need is in here. And the great thing is when you get to camp, what we'll do is, depending on how many people we have, we just kind of dole out tasks. So it's like, all right, you get cooking set up, you get toilet or shower or whatever set up. And it just works out really great. So something I think is relatively new on the market is the ACD 30. This thing I think might be my new favorite. So it's a great form factor. You could sit on this, you could maybe stand on it, I don't know. But again, and it comes with actually 3 dividers, so you can split that up. So this one, basically I've got our electrical gear in it. So I've got lights in here, I've got other wires and that kind of thing. But again, everything I need for that task is in this bin, and you're good to go. So the other thing I want to point out is that the 1-pound propane tanks fit perfectly in there. So you could easily get up to 4 in one of these cases if you wanted to go that route. Another form factor they have is the ACR 5-72. This one, I don't know. I bought it. I have yet to find a great use for it. Another great one is the AC3C. These come in 3 cases, and it does come with this tray. So they basically stack in there, and again, you can stack these on top of each other. All of these things stack on top of each other. They're set to do that. There's also the AC4C. See if this works for you. You may have, if you've been to a Costco, you may have seen something similar. This size, honestly, they're really small, and I have yet to find a great use for overlanding for them just because of that. I tend to lean toward the other ones. But the great thing is what I love about the entire line of MTM cases is they're relatively inexpensive. And so you can basically buy them and try them out and see what works for you. Last but not least, I wanna go over the Spud 1. This is a utility box, and it's great because what you can do, you've got storage up in the top. You can open her up. She's got a tray in here, so you can put things in here, and then you've basically got a deep well that you can put more materials in there. I use this for the longest time as kind of a catch-all. So I basically had any kind of emergency equipment or tools or things like that. What I've ended up doing is switching over to the ACD 30 just to try that out to see if that works a little bit better for some of that gear. So the question that's gonna be asked is, how durable are these? Am I gonna mount these like on top of my vehicle or on the side or something like? No, I'm not. They're not made for that. However, they're great for storage and organization. I've ridden them in the back of a Jeep Wrangler. I've had these in the back of our Gladiator, and they hold up great. What I really like about MTM, they're made in the USA. It's a small business, and whatever I can do to support them, I think that's great. Now, the other thing I will say, if you go and buy these on Amazon, and I'll have links to all of these in the description, you may see in the pictures on the side, it may say ammo crate. That is a sticker, and it peels off really easy. They make it really easy. They know you're not gonna leave it on there. But yes, these are originally made to carry ammo. These were made to carry a flat of shotgun shells, okay? Now, that being said, what does that mean? That means they're made to carry some weight. So guys, I'm sure it would make a really awesome video if I threw these out of a helicopter or drove over them with a tank or something crazy like that. Will MTM hold up as well as something like a Roam case? No, they won't. However, like I said, I've had a lot of these for 8 years now for overlanding, and I've used them and abused them, and they've been in some of the toughest conditions, and they just hold up. I've never had any issues with them whatsoever. So guys, MTM Case-Gard, I've got a link in the description for all of these different cases that I have. Check them out, try them out. And again, the great thing is the price point is so competitive that you can buy one, see if it works for you, and then go from there. So again, MTM Case-Gard.